Oh
Okay?
yeah.
So there's a situation happening with the Z farmer. For people who might not know who the Z farmer is, the Z farmer real name, Maria Zalomis,
Oh
is
yeah.
a Zambian farmer who is also a content creator on some level. She creates content about her farming activities and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
On the other side, she's also infamously known for being a serial bride. She's been married and divorced a number of times. And that caused quite the ruckus in Zambia. But that's a bit of a brief background on who we are talking about.
Yeah.
So, there's a situation that happened with her recently. She got arrested in relation with the death of a 22-year-old man, Enoch Simfukwe. Okay?
Yeah.
So the whole story kind of like... let me give a bit of some backstory to it. Let me read it from the actual article so that we can get a full view of
Like
what
of
this
what?
thing
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
Okay. So the story is on Kalemba. Yeah, and this story goes as says. The police finally plants Z farmer in cells over murder. Zambia's serial bride and farmer, Maria Zalumis, was last night forced to spend the night with her fellow females in custody after police harvested her from her farm and planted her behind bars following the death of 20-year-old Enoch Kasengere. Okay? The 40-year-old marriage enthusiast and lifetime subscriber of weddings now risks spending nights without a man and joining the free cabbage farming for the nation through Zambia Correctional Service if convicted. This is after days of netizens and journalists have been querying the police on why Zalumis had not been arrested the very day her 34-year-old Mario, her 34-year-old Mario Nigerian husband Nathaniel Barthram and 3 other workers were arrested over the same case. Last Saturday, video footage emerged showing a man identified as Kasengede being severely beaten by Zalumis' 5th husband, Barthram, and 3 farm workers in Munyama at the female farmer's farm, with her voice being heard in the background. Kasengede was then detained by police, after which the 40-year-old overrated female celeb complained that the young man had been hired to pour poisonous chemicals on her. While in detention, Kasengede fell ill and was taken to Kabwe Central Hospital where he had died on Sunday. The young man's death sparked wide outrage, with netizens calling for the arrest of those linked in the video, including Zalomis. On Wednesday, Central Police Deputy Commander Officer Lemeki Chiro announced that Z Farmer's young husband was arrested together with 3 farm workers. Chiro disclosed that a post-mortem was conducted on Kasengede and the results pointed to murder. He said the result of the post-mortem conducted by Dr. Pavlov Lemontov of Kabwe Central Hospital confirmed that Kasengede died from blunt force head injury, brain contusion, and brain edema. Okay? So that's kind of like briefly to give a picture of what happened. So this young man was there's a video that was circulating where he was tied up and he looked like he had been beaten, and you can hear the Z farmer's voice in the background. I think her husband was in the video, you could see that, and a few other people.
Yeah.
So you could even hear the guy saying, "Oh, that type of thing," but he looked like he had been beaten. So that guy died afterwards,
Yeah.
as the thing says. So with that reading in this whole situation, so after the guy died, the guy who was beaten up, the Z farmer's husband, what's his name? This Nigerian Nathaniel, the Mario. Plus, is it 3 other farm workers? Or was it 2 other farm workers were arrested? But Maria Zalomis was not. So people kind of reacted to that and said, but why hasn't she been arrested, So which kind of brings about the question, like, why was the delay? What do you think? What was the delay? Why did the police delay to get her to pick her up as a suspect, given that she was also at the scene of the crime with the rest of the people that were picked up.
No. Oh, like obviously it's police procedure for everybody. But they won't say like everybody. Like
Yeah,
she
she was
was the
around.
one that
She
was
was
taking the
among the
video.
group.
I'm not sure if she was the one who was taking the video, but you could hear her voice in the background.
Come, Baba Kutuma Mandani.
Yeah.
Say, who sent you?
Aye. But eventually, hey, there we go.
There we go. But there was a delay again, so people were not too happy about
And then
that.
that's the thing, like.
There are some theory, there are some assumptions,
Mm-hmm.
or some people are looking at it from a different perspective to say, Maria's mother is she's got a position in government, I think. She's Mrs. Zalumis, but I've forgotten what her position is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think she's a UPND member, and then she's also in the government with a certain position. So people kind of looked at this whole situation like she's getting favored in a certain way. Not everyone, but some people are looking at it like that. So, why haven't you arrested her? Is it because of her mother who has got this position in
Links to
government and that type
that
of
makes
thing?
them look very bad.
Yeah,
That's
so
a murder.
that's also to add a bit more context to this whole situation. Yeah,
Ish,
so that's what people are assuming. I don't know how true that is.
I guess maybe the police were waiting for the right time and at the right place, of course. Because if the other three were picked then,
Yes.
I guess maybe it was them that were doing the beatings.
Aye.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's an assumption because
that's just an assumption.
she could have also beaten the guy.
Yeah.
You see that? It's just that we were not privy to the beating, but we just saw the video where they've tied up this guy and whatnot. So, like, from the way I look at it, it's like somebody died whilst they were in the presence of these individuals.
Yes.
So I think everyone there is a prime suspect.
Yes. And everyone should be called at the same, like.
Yeah, because that's
When the
more
time is right.
justice. Like, that's...
Yeah, like even if it's one person who hit him and he died, we still have to uncover who that is. Unless the other three or whoever say, oh, it's this person. But even then, there's always that they'll protect themselves. Maybe 3 people could have killed him and decide, oh, we'll pin it on him. Because maybe he's got a reputation of being in the cells and that type of thing. So they still need to pick up everyone and conduct an investigation because all those are prime suspects. Once they pick them up and they establish the facts, say, oh, okay, if you're taken, if then maybe I think but I think that delay does not show, it didn't, you can see from people's reactions, like it didn't sit well with a lot of people. It doesn't look too good. Because why are you delaying to pick up this person when she was part of this thing, And that's generally the sentiment from most people. For me, what I find more surprising with this whole situation is the fact that people said, no, this guy should be picked up because it's not wrong. It's the correct thing to do, but I'm looking at it from more of a Zambian context. Because I'm looking at situations like this. In situations like this from Zambia, a lot of people have died through just like, people taking the law into their hands and mob justice. But you never hear people like go up and say, no, tubafwa everybody abachi muipai. Like people have been burnt,
Yeah.
If you go kuma stage, kuma Shpata compound, there's even a place they call Shockers. You know why they call it Shockers?
Pashokazi.
It's got a history. Epobale ocheda wakabola la pa yanga bagwikatoleba kukubusha pa yape.
Oh yeah.
You see that? But in such an instance, typically as Zambians, I mean, have you ever been part of a mob? Not that the person got killed, but have you ever experienced that or been around that?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. What are people's sentiments with that typically?
You know, like the other people who are so like because everyone has been like nga bado kuibira po.
Yes.
You whatever feel like but then women all the time. It's like once they see you do it too
Yeah.
much. It's like no, that's too like mpere can check police man japo point japo because
Yeah.
mwalamu ipa.
Mwalamu ipa.
So naina vile nomba nganaina wafutara, then he's not making it any easier for him. Yeah,
But typically, what people's reaction typically is what with the thief when the thief is being beaten, minus that one woman who will come.
No.
Kawala and chop her, you know.
Yeah,
like
that's what
they'll
he
say
said.
things
everyone
like
experiences this thing, so they're thinking they may know their win.
that. Yeah. You know, you hear certain sentiments. Yeah, kawala te wakulekira. No ipa maningi, you know. Akachita vindu, so you have to make sure you know, because I'm ononga maningi, like. So that's a sentiment people generally.
A thief
so,
gets the worst.
Yes, so that's what has surprised me, because typically the way Zambians we react to such kinds of situations, where somebody has been caught who was allegedly maybe was trying to commit some crime and what's this, there's usually no sympathy for the criminal.
Yeah.
But in this case, I'm wondering where people have gathered the sympathy from. So, like, is it because it's a high-profile case or what? Or have we changed as people? You know, because ain't no sympathy for some of the people we seen get caught. Like, no one cries for the ordinary people. Like, who, you know, there's probably cases out there still of people who just got killed.
You know why it's like that, bro? Sorry, like, let me just stress this one because I might forget. I really think that, you know, guys, whatever happened to that man, most of these people have done that before somewhere. So ingamari katapafika bora bwino kubambi maybe because udia bamwikete shisho ngare folk stenshi, and then that's like people that live in that house, right?
Yes.
Hey, when we get same feel like when you mwiketa nankane, like definitely he'll be in your presence, but that's normal for him not to run. Normal for him. I don't know what was behind Nomba Fidia after tying him or doing whatever that was. But then I think every other household would do that. Maybe other people would involve other people. Oh, he's any. But other people say, no, maybe that's a farm, right? You're going to call the next neighbors. How? You've got him put up in the face, but I interrogate the person like, what's this about? So I'm just only thinking on that perspective now, thinking that, oh no, maybe it was not, this is not intentional that the person had to die. But they were maybe emotional at that moment that they were hitting that person, not realizing that anything can happen, like, things happen. And then that happened.
My idea is, so the first thing is them filming the guy. Because that's an evidence.
Yes.
How do you do that? Okay, let's imagine if they didn't film that. Maybe they would have gotten away with that. Because no one would have had the evidence. So this goes back again, the issue of filming ourselves. You're beating someone, you film yourself, you're doing ABCD, you film yourself. You are creating an evidence for yourself. An evidence that the state and whatever it is, they will use against you. Like it's you in the video. Are you going to deny that? That has worked against them.
I see what you mean. And like, I kind of feel the same way about that as well. Because, you know, this whole filming yourself, like you're saying, it's a problem. Like, people have this knack to film everything. Maybe, like as you said, like, so it wasn't intention, but you see, that's how these things work sometimes. You know, you end up hammering somebody and then afomund. But these are the consequences that come about from these situations. But like, we need to stop this whole habit of recording everything. You know, there are certain things you can record. You know, but Fimbi, we need to be a bit more sensitive and selective. But fairly validated, and you know, that's the situation now. That's tricky for them, because now that's evidence that can be used in the court of law. And I think to a certain extent, that's what incensed a lot of people, because they saw some visuals to it. You know, it's different to like hearsay, word of mouth and text. But when you see some visual, it just heightens the whole experience and makes you think, no, man. And you know, because the videos there, you can hear her voice.
And the
You know?
guy was just looking so hopelessly, man. Like,
Yeah,
umuntu
but
akwedevu yakho, and despite him, maybe we don't know because we don't know what maybe he's a thief or something like that. But he looked very hopeless. Then they're filming you at that time.
yeah, but most
Then it goes viral.
But most thieves look like that when they get decked. You know?
So now the point is that like more like you've seen.
Mhm.
So that guy, like him, what he went to do there, it's now been overshadowed. now.
Yes,
Yes.
that's been overshadowed.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm extension.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's
we-
I think
yeah.
this is where now those things like the investigation needs to take precedence.
Yeah.
But you know, when I look at the Zambian people also, like we also need to stop being hypocritical.
Yeah.
We need to look at ourselves and be honest with ourselves. Like we shouldn't just show outrage at one incident.
Yeah.
Because these are things that happen in our community.
Yeah.
Quite common.
You've
Quite
seen
often.
people beat someone.
Yes, you've seen people. You've been part of a mob,
That's the
beat up
situa- yeah,
somebody,
yeah,
and you know you be there like nchikawala da cheni kumenya che,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
We've seen these things, so let's not be selective because maybe it's a certain individual or persona that's involved.
Yeah.
Let's not be selective because of that. If it's a crime, yes, let's look at it for a crime. If she was involved or whoever was involved, they get caught and what's this? Let's look at it for what it is.
What it is.
What
yeah.
happened here? Okay, let's establish the facts. You know, let's not just show or be outraged at high-profile cases
Yeah.
because there are ordinary Zambians who go through these things.
Of course.
You know how many people have been killed in the name of mob justice and what's this? Like, there's really no sympathy.
A lot.
You know. So I think that's something I would kind of, you know, to look at in that sense. Those are my thoughts on this whole issue.
Yeah.
Like the outrage is what has surprised the reason for the outrage
Yeah.
is what has surprised me.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying what was done was correct.
Yeah.
The law should take its due process,
Yeah.
and you know, hopefully the guy can get justice.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's important also we establish like what actually went down, what led to that. Is there any truth to the allegations that you know, he was out there to assault her and pour acid on her? I think that's important as well. But yeah, it's an interesting case, you know. But it's there are certain things that happen like every now and then that when you look at it, it lets you know where we are at as a people, how we think as a people. But typically, I think we're not so reflective as people, as Zambians. Issues will come and go, and we'll never just discuss them. If Zapi tasoche,
Yeah.
next time to confirm none can, but to sit down and digest what has happened and then relate it nefo twikala, we usually don't do it. So I thought it was important that we discuss this.
Of course.
Because kamob justice in Zambia mwene moka.
Oh, go bad.
I think a lot of people are ignorant as to what you can do. Kula ambia wakati, maybe you've got beef with somebody. Just some regular beef, maybe over some chick even, or maybe just some money.
You go as a group.
Like, who's the other chick? Is it, there's the other social media personality. Is it Mrs. Kennedy?
Okay.
I think she went and assaulted, like, allegedly. She allegedly went and assaulted her husband's side chick.
Oh, yeah.
With her friends or?
I think she went with a group of friends. All this is alleged. I don't know. I'm not sure about this whole stuff. But I remember a story like that. So she
Yeah, I
went
think I
with a
came
group of
across
friends to
that,
go and assault this alleged side chick. And I think they beat her up and then they took her and like drove her to somewhere else and I think they beat her up more. Number, my abduction, you know, and those things, you know.
Yeah.
So I think people get ignorant. They're ignorant about these things, and then they do these things and end up in these situations also. You know, so that's that with the Z farmer. And here's another interesting question, though. So with this whole situation, people are upset that Alifwa, right? Supposing he didn't die, would people care that he was assaulted or beaten?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Huh?
Yeah.
Because assaulting somebody, yes, in Kabola nuances, but if he didn't attack you physically or pose a threat like that, then there's no real need for assault.
Yeah.
Let's say much more katafe maybe ero nkoko. Ero mwampuma nomba. You know, that's equally wrong.
Yeah.
You can restrain somebody, but not to kumu. So yeah, it's a thought I had in my head. Like if he didn't die, they just beat him up. And you know, how would the reaction be in that case?
The reaction would be, we want to know why that guy was assaulted. Of course, the fact that they were filming, people would be expecting to know, like, what did the guy do?
Yes.
Of course, he would have been in the police custody and doing some investigation. So people would have been waiting.
And do you also believe in this? The celebrity, I don't know, she's part of a celebrity group, right?
Yes.
She's a celebrity as also, yeah. Do you also believe that there are celebrities who've got like quite often like backlash when it has something to do with them?
Yes.
They've got a large number of people, even though like quite about some celebrities abantu batemwa na bala abantu okutati commenti na bala okutati aba definitely favor they've just trashed them, but then they're just in the public eye, they're being talked about. But I think for her, that lady, she's more of, it's mixed feelings. I don't shaba konga mozana na knefo bastashan, but it's mixed feelings with her. Namona sometimes if it's about her, it's about love, of course. And then I don't know how she's managed to do this thing that she goes on with the different five, number 6.
Yeah.
So that just tells me that, so she wants to like a comment because definitely it's that group that hates her on that particular, because now they'll comment now that that bad thing has happened to that person. So it's going to be more of that comment towards that person. But anyway, the police will take its course. They'll see what they'll do.
No, true. I think it's like that. People pick and choose. They have who they like and who they don't like. So if you're in that category of who they don't like, there's going to be a certain reaction.
There's going to be
certain things.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people kind of, because of the whole marriage thing, they kind of fell out of. She kind of fell out of favor with a lot of people.
If you can imagine, like I bumped into a video on social media thing. Certain lawyer who is a member of Law Association of Zambia, they're saying they're willing to do a pro bono thing as long as they see justice for that guy.
And this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, okay, so now because it's this case, it's pro bono. What about the other guys who got murdered, like, unjustly? It's not like those guys don't receive.
But you know what we are missing here,
appeals.
guys? This only goes to one thing. There's nowhere where this is going. So this thing about Ishu Kosa, it's about that lady and her family being linked to the government.
Yes.
That's the only thing.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about but that's the only reason. And then people are saying that, no, if it's really justice, we want to see that. I don't know. They're close to is it the president? I don't know. They've just seen a picture, so then people just comment.
Yeah.
You know, and then people just assume that this person is close, or I don't know. Maybe the people have got facts that they're close to the president. So then that's what now is causing that thing number. People, this now become political. And that other lady now, she's also just filmed, like the lady from the UK. Like she's taking it like it's a personal thing.
She's
now.
on fire.
Like whatever comes, like opposing you guys,
Yes.
I'll document it.
Something.
Anything that's just opposing she will document that to the fullest ability.
Yes.
So that's what she's doing.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate thing now that's happening in Zambia, is that the environment is just so politically charged.
Yeah.
So a lot of issues are being viewed through a political lens, and I think a lot of issues are being propelled by politics.
Yeah.
So with this case, and that is my opinion, I'm not saying that's what the situation is, but I think there's some politics at play, just as you said. So that's why there's this whole big scuffle, and that's why I said I'm surprised that Zambians are reacting like this, when typically the way we react to mob justice things and thieves being assaulted or murdered is they deserve that. Yeah. But that's
The other reason why I think most of the time people get away with the mob justice thing, you find it's in the ghetto. you catch a thief, right? You beat this. Like at the moment, some people say the moment is but are they? You don't know that person. You don't know that person. You don't know that person. That's the reason why sometimes they get
away with
away
those
with that.
things. Yeah.
Otherwise, if it was just a small number, the way it is, they'll catch you. They'll find you.
But I think typically, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I do think there are also certain situations where, like, you might know somebody who did that. You're like, okay, ojam guys but you just keep quiet and life will move on. You know.
The other thing is that the police, due to the fact that then it's in the shanties, in the ghetto, there were a lot. Sometimes sometimes how to do the proper investigation. Yes. That's the reason why. But otherwise, if they did a proper investigation where they get you, I would be like, we knew. It's this one.
I knew, yeah.
Yeah.
These are the people that initiated. If you can imagine, I think somewhere back, Chipata compound, the ground, this guy, I don't know, it's sad. You get killed over stealing importo, no money. They ban you for that.
You see that?
That just shows that young guys, he was hungry.
Yeah.
Yes. You get banned.
And for so question for kuiba nombo wadi.
Yes.
So
they
we
catch you. Boom. This dude is back we cut. Boom, boom, boom. They start beating that guy. Boom, 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 boom. Because where we used to live in the ground, there's a distance. Kushpata ground huku. Bagwira muntu bashoka. So the funny thing is that if you're a group of people that is beating someone, amongst the group, someone will think letan tired, someone will think matches, someone will think bring paraffin or diesel or petrol. You won't even see who will bring the tire. See the next thing you find someone's been banned.
Hold on, webo snitch.
Yes.
Where I'm that no kwali ba kafuswe ba nani ba and so forth. Number one zero pari. How many people are you going to mention? Because like pastor go ichi. Yeah, an accomplice. Yeah, helping out in whatever is happening there.
True.
So I just think, and I came across something online. There's this Nigerian. He talked about it. Like, so our fellow Nigerian brother is locked. You should go check it out. It's on that page. Lillian Dini. Yes. So it's on that page. So this guy. So because I told you, she's like amplifying, whatever is opposing with this government, and so she went on and. So Fiasco was just saying, you see what this thing is, these guys are also saying, like they need justice now. So that guy was saying, basically, he was saying, our brother is not gonna, but then the wife was also fuming, is not gonna, why? So the guy was Zambian, and then he do this it's not fair, you know, that kind of thing.
It's not fair.
So like, you know, now if kana konse kudia, and then he guys he had to talk about it. You know.
Now that's just my politics.
Yeah. So it's just entered na ingira fe munan kanefe, you know.
That's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's that. I think we can move on to the next topic.
The best you can do is avoid mob justice. Whenever there's a just walk from a distance and move.
Yeah, because mobs have a different psychology. Like people think the worst.
Even when you have the experience of like thugs get into your house, of course that's what like triggers a lot of these guys. You know, I'm better boy. Before you eat the tea.
Or even just one there's 3-5 people who've had a bad day that day. You think the
you saw the frustrations on you.
They have had a bad day.
You won't even know who come with a block and hit you.
Bro, you know. I'm licking you.
Umbiakumana chinani can like. Okay, bad quarter back again.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's that whole situation there. Let's
I'm-
move on to a topic. So